Welcome. You're tuned into Tangled Threads. If you're digging our content, hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you. It was a regular Tuesday evening when my world turned upside down. I, Ethan, had been married to Clara for 6 years. We were your average couple, living in a modest home in the suburbs, enjoying what I thought was a happy life. Clara worked as a manager at a local restaurant, a job she loved for its dynamic environment and the people she met. I worked in IT, a job less about people and more about machines, which suited me just fine. Our routine was predictable. I'd leave for work early, and Clara would follow an hour later. We'd text each other mundane updates throughout the day, and by evening we'd share a meal, talking about our day or plans for the weekend. It was comfortable, familiar, until it wasn't. That Tuesday, I left work early. My boss decided to close shop as a gesture of goodwill for some company milestone. I thought of surprising Clara with dinner. I knew she'd be working late, but I figured I could set up a nice surprise for her at home. As I drove past her restaurant, a spontaneous thought struck me to pick her up instead. Maybe we could grab dinner somewhere fancy, make it a special night. Parking my car in the employee lot behind the restaurant, I walked towards the back entrance. That's when I heard them. Laughs. Not just any laughs, but Clara's. Curiosity piqued. I edged closer to the source, a partially open window leading to the kitchen. Peering inside, my heart sank. There was Clara, closer than close with one of her line cooks, a guy named Marco. They weren't just chatting, they were in an embrace that left no room for doubt. The kind of hug that's more than friendly, more intimate. I felt a mix of nausea and rage, the kind that blinds you for a moment. I didn't storm in. Instead, I took a step back, needing to catch my breath and gather my thoughts. I went home, the silence of the house greeting me like a mocking friend. Sitting at our dining table, surrounded by the ghosts of our shared laughter and whispered secrets, the reality of Clara's betrayal sank in. The following days were a blur. I consulted a lawyer, got the divorce papers ready, and waited. I didn't confront Clara immediately. I needed her to understand the depth of her betrayal, not just react to being caught. When I finally did confront her, it was a Thursday evening. She came home, tired but smiling until she saw the look on my face. "We need to talk," I said, my voice steady despite the storm inside. The conversation was a mess of tears, denials, and half-hearted apologies. Clara tried to downplay her affair with Marco, but the evidence was irrefutable. I handed her the divorce papers, my final stand. She was shocked, pleading for another chance, but I was resolute. I couldn't look at her the same way again. Every touch, every kiss had been tainted by her actions. The aftermath was tough. Moving out, dividing our lives into yours and mine, and dealing with the pitying looks of friends and family was a trial I never wanted to endure. Clara attempted to reach out several times, with messages that oscillated between anger and remorse, but I was done. My heart had hardened to protect itself. I learned a lot about myself in the weeks that followed. I understood that love wasn't just about the good times, but also about trust, respect, and loyalty. I also realized that pain, though unwelcome, could be a powerful teacher. As for Clara, I heard she's quit her job at the restaurant. Maybe the place held too many memories, or perhaps she needed a fresh start as much as I did. I didn't wish her ill, but I couldn't find it in me to wish her well either. Some wounds take longer to heal, and some betrayals are too deep to forgive. Life moved on, as it always does. I found solace in my work, in the quiet moments of solitude, and in the company of friends who stood by me. The experience changed me, made me wiser, more cautious about giving my heart away. But it also taught me about resilience, about the strength we find in ourselves when faced with the unthinkable. In the end, the recipe for betrayal was bitter, but it led me to a path of self-discovery, and eventually, to a place of peace. Clara became a chapter in my life story that was painful but necessary, a reminder of what I deserved and what I should never settle for. Update. Months after the initial shock of Clara's betrayal and the subsequent divorce proceedings, I found myself standing in a courtroom, a place I never imagined my marriage would end. The divorce had escalated beyond simple separation due to Clara's next move, one that caught me off guard and tested my resolve like never before. In a surprising twist during the trial, Clara claimed that I had been abusive towards her, an accusation that hit me like a physical blow. The allegation was not only false, but deeply offensive, painting me as a villain in a narrative where I had already suffered betrayal. Her words were calculated, designed to sway the court's sympathy towards her and, perhaps, secure a more favorable settlement, including alimony. The courtroom became a battleground, not just of legal wits, but of character. My lawyer, a steadfast ally in this unforeseen storm, immediately called for evidence and witness statements to refute Clara's claims. We presented text messages, emails, and testimonies from friends and family that painted a true picture of our relationship, one devoid of the darkness Clara now claimed. The most damning evidence against Clara's allegations came from an unexpected source. Video footage from the restaurant's security cameras on various dates she claimed the abuse occurred. The footage showed us together, laughing and affectionate, completely contradicting her narrative. Additionally, a statement from her co-worker Marco, albeit reluctantly given, confirmed that Clara had never mentioned or shown signs of abuse throughout their affair. As the trial progressed, it became evident that Clara's accusations were baseless, a desperate attempt to manipulate the situation to her advantage. The judge saw through the falsehoods, and Clara's credibility crumbled under the weight of her lies. In a decisive ruling, the judge dismissed her claims, citing a lack of evidence and the clear attempt to deceive the court for financial gain. The outcome of the trial was a bittersweet victory. While I was relieved that the truth had prevailed, the ordeal left a deep scar, a reminder of the lengths to which Clara was willing to go to hurt me further. The judge ruled that due to her deceit and the circumstances of our divorce, Clara was not entitled to any alimony. It was a fair decision, yet the financial aspect seemed insignificant compared to the emotional turmoil we had endured. Walking out of the courtroom, I felt a mixture of emotions. There was relief, certainly, at being vindicated and at the closure of this painful chapter. But there was also a profound sadness for what our marriage had become, for the love that turned into betrayal, and for the unnecessary lies that sought to tarnish my reputation. In the days that followed, I focused on rebuilding my life, on healing from the wounds of the past. The trial had exposed the depths of Clara's deception, and though it was a public clearing of my name, the personal journey to forgiveness and peace was a private one. The experience taught me the importance of truth and integrity, of standing firm in the face of false accusations, and of the resilience of the human spirit. It was a harsh lesson in the complexities of love and the pain of betrayal, but it also opened my eyes to the strength I possessed, a strength that carried me through the storm and into a new beginning. Well, if I hadn't decided I wasn't getting married yet, I have now. Jesus Christ, people. I mean, how many times do I gotta say it? Anyways, let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. When you subscribe, be sure to click the notification bell. Click here for more Tangled threads.